Hi everybody, welcome back to the Paint Pixie YouTube channel. My name's Jill with Simply Made Unique by Jill, and I'm one of your resident artists here at Paint Pixie. Today we're going to be talking about painting something that might end up outdoors. So I found this butterfly right here at a thrift store. She's metal, she's probably not meant for outdoors, and there's nothing wrong with her finish except for it looks like she has peacock feathers as wings, at least to me, and I want to make it look a little more like that. So we're going to be using Paint Pixie's Undercover Primer, Magical Chalk Paint, and I'm going to be teaching you about this. This is force field. Today I just wanted to bring you something that I love doing, and it's painting things that end up outdoors, and we're going to give force field a try. Let's hop right on over to painting, and make sure you stay tuned to the end so I tell you all about this wonderful product.
Now we're going to move right on to paint. I'm using Magical Chalk Paint in Sugar Glass. Before we filmed this, I actually primed the whole thing in Undercover Primer in Coconut. That's for adhesion properties and making sure the paint sticks really well, especially because it's outdoors. I'm using a craft brush, and I'm giving this butterfly 2 coats of a base coat of Sugar Glass. I want to make sure that I have a good solid base to build my blending on later on. Now that we got 2 coats of Sugar Glass and it dried really well, I'm taking some other bright colors such as key lime pie, figgy pudding, blueberry cobbler, honeycomb, and a little bit of Sugar Glass as well. And I'm going to be taking one of my brushes and just dipping it in and swiping this way and that way all over it just to give us some varied texture. But you can see I'm still getting the colors ready right here, and it's just going to be so beautiful. So just like I was saying, I'm going to take my little D and I'm going to dip it into my paint, taking a little bit of the green and a little bit of another color, and I'm going to be offloading some onto the paper because I don't want a whole lot of paint. I don't want it really drippy. I just want to be able to start just brushing color all over the metal in different directions and getting a varied look. I absolutely love how the brightness of that key lime pie is on this piece, but then we're going to go from light to darker colors. And then after all that is done, we'll be adding accents. Okay, I'm ready to start adding accents now that we have that color on and it's dry. I'm taking some of my honeycomb and I'm going into what looks like, I'm calling these peacock feathers. It would be the eye of the peacock feather, and I'm adding some honeycomb in there to make it stand out. So each one of those is going to get a little dot of honeycomb inside to complete that look of a feather. Now I'm going to be taking a smaller artist brush on some of the blackberry cobbler, which is the darker blue color, and I'm going to be putting it onto its body and the antennas and anywhere that later on I might put some pixie dust on here, but for right now I want to make it stand out a tiny bit. I'm also going to be taking it around what I'm calling the feathers of these butterfly wings, around where I put the yellow dots, and I'm going to be putting some in there to make it accent the look of a feather even more. So you can see I'm kind of just swiping blue into each one of these little things. I'm not being completely neat about it. I'm being a little bit random, but that's okay. That's the look I'm going for on this piece. And now that that's done, we're going to be taking some of our key lime pie and we're going to be adding it to the circles on the outside of the wing. Again, just to add some accent, and I'll probably add something to this later as well, but we want to make those certain parts stand out that make it more butterfly looking. Now for this part, I'm actually going to grab a paint marker and in black, and I'm going to be outlining all these dots as well as giving those little eyes like another little dot in between. You certainly could do this with black paint. I don't have a steady hand enough to get it almost perfect looking, so I went with a paint marker instead. So I'm just going to circle all of these all the way around, and then we're going to go on to just making a little mark in each yellow spot to make it more look like a peacock feather. Now for one last round of accents, I'm going to take a little bit of liquid pixie dust. This is Blue Diamond first, and I'm just going to be adding it slowly to different parts. I'm going to give a little bit to the body just for a little bit of shine and shimmer, and then I'm going to be just randomly brushing it on the wings in certain spots to make it look a little brighter. I am also going to take some of the liquid pixie dust in Onyx, and I'm going to be adding it to the antennas just to make them a little darker and give them just a little bit of shimmer. Now our last step, as I told you in the beginning, is using Force Field. Force Field is our water-based sealer that can be used outdoors. You're going to give it 3 thin coats, leaving 3 to 4 hours in between. I would probably only do 2 coats in one day and a 3rd coat the next day. This is something that you can waterproof things to go outside, maybe in a bathroom. It's non-toxic, it's non-yellowing, it's a UV protectant, and I just absolutely love this product. So now I can be assured that I can put my butterfly out in the garden, hang her on the fence, enjoy her all summer, and she'll be protected by Force Field. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe our channel and hit the little bell so you'll see all future videos when they come out. Thanks for joining.